So this is my last shift working for Jamestown Fire Department. 23 years. And I want to see what's changed driving across town. I'm making rounds. We go from station to station. So going from station 5 to station 4 on the other side of town. Now obviously the trees are missing here on 3rd Street. That's a recent change. Been up and down all these streets several times. Not too many fires on this side of town, but a few. Can't really remember my first fire. I couldn't even tell you what the biggest fire is. I know the biggest 4 fires, but we've had the old Lums. We have Farm Fresh. We had a couple supermarkets in there. Used to be the Veterans Administration on the side. Now it's a professional building. Actually, over this 23 years, I think this bridge was rebuilt. There's the Jamestown BPU. Smokestacks are missing and changed. They took out the coal bins. They took out the railroad bridge. They now, I believe, have 2 natural gas generators. Pace's Pizza's still here. As we come across 3rd Street into the downtown section of Jamestown. The DMV, it moved from the old county building over here. The Sprinchhorn Center's still there. This parking lot was built where a house used to be. Now here's the biggest change in the last 23 years in the Northwest Arena. The streets have been changed. They took out the old CMK. They took out several bars, taverns. This hotel was built. The press room is now Shawbuck's. Shawbuck's used to be next door to it. This used to be Mr. Donut here. Used to have the drive-through. Mr. Donut had wonderful coffee, and they probably used regular full whipping cream because the coffee was delicious with cream. The old Grants building was a short-lived brewery. Had some other things, and hopefully it'll live again. We have a parking lot down there where used to be a bar and a dry cleaner. Bigelow's, half the building's missing, and it's apartments now. We do have a boutique for the tourists that come to see the Comedy Center. The Hotel Jamestown is a apartment. We have more apartments over there. Covenant Manor is an old Samuel's Hotel, and it houses the Sports Hall of Fame. Used to have the Carnahan's clothing store. Northwest Savings was Jamestown Savings Bank, and I can't even remember before that. We have the Lucy Center. This was a bank where I got my mortgage, I think, right there. Have a M&T office. And then right here we're coming up on the colorful section that surrounds the Reg, the old Palace Theater. Yep, that's the Palace. That's where we have the shows. They have movies. We have the Bill's Place because of the poster that was found, the bakery. City Hall, great lighting. Whatever colors you want for whatever event. Just like they light up in New York City. What is it? And the former post office is now the Lynn building. That was sold in a money grab, I guess, by the Postal Service, or an escape from debt. The Pennzoil station over there was last run by Ray Nelson. It's now the drop spot for the carts buses. Ray Nelson is retired. Wife passed away, taking care of his son, I guess. That's what's left of the post office. Ray Nelson, you know, ran Hilltop Pennzoil and other service stations around town. Always had a joke for you when you'd stop in there. All-Star EMS is there. There's a training center, and there's an old print shop there. Jamestown High School with the beautiful pool. When was the pool put in the late 60s? And of course, this whole road here was changed when I graduated high school, so it was before my 23 years here. It was probably over 40 years ago that this road got changed. This is the area of the 7 churches of Jamestown. I'm not sure what's still here, but this is where the 7 churches were. There's one over there, one over here. There was one right, I believe, right where we are. Maybe Tom Goodwill can enlighten us on 7 churches of Jamestown. Continue on down 2nd Street. This intersection has been paved several times while I've been working here. We come down here by the former Kentucky Fried Chicken. It was said that Colonel Sanders came to this Kentucky Fried Chicken and showed him how to fry chicken, make sure it was done right. Mom used to get gizzards there. And there's a credit union. And of course, we're coming up on Appleyard. These apartment buildings were built where there were houses over here. The war vets used to be over here until the building fell down one day. This used to be a tool and die shop in here, or a supply house. They had a bar in there, the 19th hall. And then there was a couple of other clubs. Used to be a game room on that corner where the Pronto Mart is. Used to be a gas station back here. Muffler. Elite Creations on down 2nd Street. That was one of my first legal drinks right there in that bar. This is the old Villa Capri right there, but that was before my 23 years here. The old Lynn Welding. Gary retired. Gary Lindstrom retired. Then we come down here. There's the old furniture store, is now the Resource Center medical building. Lena's Pizza. Best pizza and wings in town. Jamestown Area Community Credit Union. And then we keep going on down here. There's it's the oldest building in town right there. That was a way station on a what is it? The horse and buggy. It was a way to stop overnight when you're traveling through town. Yeah, Dahlstrom's closed. That was on my right. I just passed that. Dahlstrom's, I think that was closed when I started, but the building was there. We had training there for the fire department. This is the old annex building for JCC. They keep talking about removing it. That's where I took my EMT class 24 years ago. Hector's Honda is still there. Had my all my Kawasaki parts when I was a kid. Dave's gas station is still there. It's Sunoco, but it's Dave's long gone. AJ's Texas Hot second location is closed. This is a new credit union location. That's a few years old. Acme the appliance store is over there. And the ever famous RoboWash. There's your RoboWash. Off-track betting. Wendy's. We saw Tim Hortons get built. That used to be a little lot that semis would try to squeeze into and sleep overnight. AutoZone's in this plaza now, where the Motorola radio service would be. And here's what the former Motorsport service, where I came from. Jack Lawrence owned that. And Barmore Selstrom Tire bought it. McDonald's has been rebuilt, as well as the Bullfrog. The Bullfrog's been re-sided and re-roofed. And that, folks, is my tour of Jamestown from west to east. Now coming down Tiffany, which is the far east end of Jamestown. Luckily, we never burned the East End Hotel. They tore down the East End. And it's an empty lot now. There's Titanex, the old Blackstone. They do intercoolers. They still have their wind tunnel in town. Now I am off my east to west track, but I am making rounds and I'm going to Fire Station 4. And Fire Station 4 is actually where I spent most of my time. Supposedly there's a fire station right there, which I'm not sure about because that's just outside of the city. I don't know if it was there or proposed, but yeah. Now we're down here in between what used to be Blackstone. And this is Artone on this side of the road. It was separated from Titanex. We did have an event in that building with a small fire, but it was a big fiasco because of the chemicals. Here's the old Crawford furniture. The poor building's fallen down in the back. The wooden addition is caving in the back. And there's the Jamestown City School District bus garage. Yeah, it's a walking district with all those buses. So the number of students that walk is probably limited to, what, 20 or 30%? And Coldcraft now occupies this new building that was Crawford Furniture as well. And then we have the plumber down here occupying this other warehouse that used to be Crawford's. And then here we are, Fire Station 4. Love this place. Spent a lot of my time here. I was assigned here. Spent a lot of time here as a rookie. And that's it. Jamestown Fire Department, City of Jamestown, 23 years. My little tour west to east. Thanks for watching.